Now, recently, a 3-year-old girl from Philippines came to Singapore seeking medical treatment. She was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia and died soon after. For blood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma, as well as autoimmune diseases and some blood disorders such as thalassemia, a bone marrow transplant could offer a potential cure. So how exactly is bone marrow collected? Now, there are two methods, but the most common way is through a peripheral blood stem cell harvest. About 90% of donors use this method. The process takes about 5 days. On the first 4 days, the donor is given daily injections of a hormone to stimulate the growth of their stem cells and mobilize them into their bloodstream. On the final day, the stem cells are then collected in a very similar way to blood donation, except that it can take between 5 and 7 hours. Once the procedure is completed, the donor can go home. Now, the second way is through a bone marrow harvest, which takes around 45 minutes to an hour and is conducted under general anesthesia. In this procedure, a needle is placed in the soft center of the bone, usually the pelvic bone or the sternum. Even though there is no surgery involved, it's usually recommended that the donor stays overnight to rest in the hospital. But finding a donor may be challenging. In Singapore, the chance of finding a match is about 1 in 20,000. Now, last year, Singapore's bone marrow donor program had 57,100 people on the register. About 80% were Chinese, 8% were Indian, 6% Malay, and the remaining others, 6%. Now, these statistics are important because bone marrow donations need to be genetically similar to their recipients. But why is that so? Well, that's because all the immune system cells come from bone marrow, which means a transplant essentially introduces a new immune system to a person. Without genetic similarity between the donor and the patient, the new white blood cells will attack the host body. In other words, for non-ethnic majority patients, the chances of finding a match are narrower than the general average. Bone marrow donation is a straightforward process, and for a small inconvenience to you, it could mean saving the life of another.